The voice of the youth is one that cannot be ignored and cannot be silenced. It is our 62nd independence, and we are here in Sheraton attending a program of the youth themed Nigerian Youth Decides. Today means a lot to Nigerians because it is not just the first of the 10th month of the year, but also the day that we mark our Independence Day anniversary. It represents our triumph as a nation over adversities, over victory, over failures, our resilience over a barrage of challenges. Here, the youths have come out, and the various presidential candidates are also seated here. And let us hear what they have to say regarding this.
I had hoped to see more youth participation. I had hoped that we'll have gotten a lot more opportunity to discuss the issues, to the myriad problems facing us as a nation. I had hoped that the youths will show a lot more responsibility towards the issues. If you witness the rowdy atmosphere there with people who seem to have been brought here to support APC and PDP and who just don't care about our problems in Nigeria. But ultimately, our voices were heard. I think Nigerians have heard us. I think Nigerians are beginning to see those people who voice our problems on us. And hopefully someday soon, we'll start building traction. Nigerians will start knowing that we need to go somewhere very different from where we are now.
I think for me, the biggest focus is on two things that we realize in Nigeria that are very, very important out of those 5. And if you get those 2 things right, the other 3 things will fall into play. The first thing is we have to get power right. And it's not just by transmitting power, it's by having an energy mix that works using renewables, the conventional power, hydro, bringing it all together and doing it in such a way that we have a smart grid. Right now, we're doing the same thing over and over again on a grid that cannot take more than 4 or 5,000. Maybe we'll get to 7,000 megawatts and everybody's jubilating. We can get there fast. The second one will be security. For me, it's not about getting more soldiers. It's just smart warfare. Right now, we're going through something called asymmetric warfare, where we're not fighting an international enemy, we're fighting our people within. And we're fighting in towns and villages now. But our enemy doesn't even have an air force. And our enemy doesn't have an air force. We have air superiority. That means we should have eyes in the sky. We should be able to find these people by using technology.
What is happening to us in the country, we try to mystify our problem. Just basically that we don't do what we say we're supposed to do. In our government, we run a government that's accountable, that tells you the truth, that uses government powers to do justice, so that there is no superiority between those who are running the government and those on whose behalf it's being run. We are going to ensure that we actually carry out the mandate which is in our Constitution. Our Constitution envisages under Chapter 2 of our Constitution that the government is set up for the people, and that the welfare of the people is paramount, and that the government will be accountable and will be fair. And we will try to create proportionality in whatever we do. This is basically what we need to do. We need to keep our people secure. We need to eradicate poverty as a matter of national emergency. Those are the things that we will need to do. That's what has not been done, and that's what has to be done.
It's been a very interesting program out here. The theme of the program has been Nigerian Youth Decide. Let us go over to the youths and hear what they have to say.
From my expectation from this seminar, I think it's just for us to be able to come together and rally around the best candidates that should be able to provide a good leadership for Nigeria. I mean, you might want to ask, what is leadership? For me, leadership is someone that is able to take calculated risks, to be able to challenge the status quo, and able to motivate, whoever he assembles to be his team to ensure that we move this country to the next stage. So it was an exciting opportunity for me to listen to most of the candidates speak today, and I'm super excited of the fact that we still have a lot of Nigerians that are interested in serving and also providing a different kind of leadership in this country. So I'm hopeful and expecting that at the end of the next year's election, we shall see some basic changes in the polity of Nigeria.
That the bulk of the population falls within the youth in every nation. And this program is very crucial because wherever the youth tend to go in voting, there's a likelihood that that will likely be where the presidency will come from. So Nigerian Youth Decide, this program, I've enjoyed it because it has opened the eyes of the youth to really know critical points when it comes to electioneering process and the entire activities that concern Nigerians.
The Nigerian Youth Decide is actually focused on the personal decisions of our own people. A youth like me, a youth like you. Today, it is in our hands. We are made to understand that it is in our hands to make right decisions. We are made to vote the right person, not because of what we will get from this, but because we want a better Nigeria for me and you. So today, we are all out here to listen, share ideas and make decisions on how to make Nigeria a better place.
Being a part of something like this, Nigeria Youth Decide, is really an honor because I'm someone that's been passionate about the youth development, national transformation. Well, the idea behind the Nigeria Youth Decide is that the youths are tired. We need something more. And we know that we are the largest labor force of any nation or any community, the largest labor force. And we believe that we create a greater part that brings the influence in any nation. As a matter of fact, when you even look at it from the negative aspect, every negative vice being perpetrated in society today, they are being sponsored or rather pushed or carried out by young people. So you see that we have what it takes to also bring about positive development. 2023 is coming. And we believe that it is time to bring the minds of the youths, irrespective of your culture, your tribe, or ethnic origin, bring them to the place where now is the time. We need to take back our country and let go of every form of sentiment.
Nigerian youth, we're not asking for much. We just want a better Nigeria. And definitely I know that we can achieve it. So we know our problems, and I know that our leaders know what we want. I believe that we are going to have a great Nigeria soon.
I think the new Nigeria should, first things first, carry the youths along. Over the years, the youths have been left behind in most of the things that happen in Nigeria. If we can all be a physical evidence to all we do, the youths are trying to carry so many things along that are being left out in the other hand. You notice the youths being out of school and they're still complaining about it. Secondly, we want credibility. And I think the third one is accountability. Nigeria should be able to account for everything that happens. Our leaders should be able to do that. And then visibility. The need for these changes to be visible in our eyes, in your eyes and my eyes too.
We've been having all kinds of cycles. Even the leaders we've had so far, it has just been about recycling the same set of people. And we are tired of recycling the same set of people. We need a new breed. As a matter of fact, a new breed without greed. That is what we need. And that is why the Nigeria Youth Decide. That's where we stand, and that's what we want. The Nigeria of our dreams.
I want to see that the Nigerian economy is taken as priority in the budget or anything the government is doing. Why I say so is that everything hinges on the economy. As the presidential candidates has given their pathway and the roadmap of what they have for the country, we like to see a situation where they take note of the GDP and everything that concerns the economy as it affects the well-being of Nigerians.
By doing the right thing, voting the right leader. At least I was happy about the PVC turnout that came out. A lot of people went out to get their PVCs. And then from next year, I know that we'll all go out to march and vote the right leaders. That is going to take us to a fact that is going to make Nigeria a better place.
The country becomes stronger in the long run, and we're able to lift millions out of poverty if we spend on social services, education, healthcare, infrastructure, housing, and employment. Those are the things we will do, and we have to do it.
Then jobs will come, because with power, there's security, you get jobs. Fix the infrastructure so the goods that you can now go to the farm to produce can be moved around. And above that, education and healthcare will come in parallel. We can't do all these things, but we must do the basic things right. And if we get power and security right, investors will come, ingenuity will rise, Nigerians will feel safe, the country will change. Just that change alone will bring amazing things to happen to us.
The youths should sit down and watch closely. Let that be the catalogue of people who are competent and those who care enough. I expect that we should think objectively. We should be objective. Take away sentiment. We must be objective. Let's face the truth and let's face fact and vote wisely for leaders that care about us and leaders that are competent to take us into the future of the Nigeria that we want. That's what I expect this 2023 election to look like. I am trusting that the youths will make the right choice and choose wisely. As for me, I've made my choice and I'm sticking to it.
It is a gathering of the youths whose voices cannot be silenced or ignored. We have also had the pleasure here of having different presidential candidates speak their minds on what they would intend to do differently for our dear country, Nigeria. It's been an interesting moment here. My name is Nsidwa Odoite, signing out, 9 News Nigeria.